This new limited edition custom shop Strat from Fender is like a blushing new bride in white. It's got something old, something new, something borrowed, something blues. We'll tell you all about it. Stay tuned. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name's Chris McKee.
And I'm Cooper Greenberg.
We're here with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos. If you'd like to support the channel, visit our spring store link below for custom swag, and check out our podcast, the Fretboard Confessional, with new episodes. So, I liken this to a blushing bride. It is in white. This is a very cool limited edition 67 Fender Custom Shop Stratocaster, HSS, and it is postmodern.
Yeah, postmodern wiring, I believe, in that one.
Journeyman. But closet classic
Hardware.
I'll let you hold it. It's a very cool guitar.
Over the map.
I kind of made a reference at the beginning of our video, which we'll break down. But spec-wise, I'm totally being true. There's something old, something new. There's something borrowed, and it's good for blues. So there we go. We got the bases covered.
Weddings on the mind.
Yes, my son's getting married, and so there. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I have said, we talked about this guitar on our podcast, in fact, along with another one that we're going to be doing a video on because they were incoming. And this is such a cool, so I've said on this channel, and I said on the podcast, that I've kind of made a personal preference of, I like smaller headstock, kind of pre-CBS Strats over larger headstock post-CBS, which would be like the late 60s, 67 Strat. But when I saw this one, available from the custom shop, I had to order it.
Yep.
It's got a very cool mix of stuff that I think really kind of speaks to a lot of what's going on in the custom shop. Because we sometimes get messages or questions of like, so is that a 53? Is that a 52? And it can be confusing because even in the name of this, it says it's a 67. But the thing about the custom shop is that since its inception in the 80s, it's really been about like, it's the dream machine. It's the dream factory. It's like, what can you dream up? If you could take a 67 and do some cool stuff to it, what would you do? And so a lot of these are really an amalgamation of great things, great specs from the past, great pickups, great guitars from the past, but taking some things that are more modern, whether it's the radiuses or the pickups or what have you, and kind of messing with the formula.
Just building the perfect Strat.
Yeah.
It's all we're ever trying to do,
So let's go over the guitar. What the finish on this?
So Journeyman finish in vintage white, I believe.
Cool checking.
Very nice checking. Got the tortoiseshell pickguard. Interestingly enough,
I know.
Something's borrowed over here from something else. 64 Strat neck and middle. This one is reverse wound.
Yep.
Because you've also got the humbucker.
That's something.
That's
something new.
Oh, something new.
That's something new.
I mean, I guess it's also. I mean, it's something blues too.
So we got something old. It's a 67.
Yeah.
With 64 pickups.
Something old, something new.
Something new is our humbucker pickup, and that I'll tell you what. That tells you how good that pickup is. That they took a humbucker and custom shop, absolutely. It's a really great pickup.
Yeah.
And then our something borrowed is the wiring that we have to talk about. So that is postmodern, or what you might see as POMO. If you see a Fender custom shop and it's like POMO, it means postmodern. Postmodern was actually a series of guitars that Fender did, and what they did is basically vintage style pickups with what they call postmodern wiring. And the real benefit or the takeaway from that is you've got the reverse wound, which is normal and modern Strats, but you've also got a treble bleed network on there so that as you turn down or turn up this very responsive guitar, your tone's going to be consistent.
Yeah.
It's not going to change. Now, I say that specifically because some people are going to be, oh, that's great, that's exactly what I need. And some people are going to be like, no, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like some people want that John Mayer Continuum album where you back off a little bit and it actually darkens your tone.
Yeah.
And other people absolutely do not want that.
Yeah.
And so, hey, there's 31 flavors. There's something for everyone.
We have another postmodern Strat right now. Very cool. And that one's a little more standard and its specs. But it's cool to get the postmodern wiring in here. Bound
neck,
which is just sweet.
Yep.
Looks really good. Big old headstock, like you mentioned, and just also really pretty, like maple. You know, it's not flamed like some other ones we've seen, but it's just good looking.
High grade quarter sawn.
Yeah, and you know, it's got the wear of the Journeyman, and Closet Classic, like you mentioned on the hardware.
It feels great. I really like that they've bound this and they've done it basically in the Gibson style. So the fret tangs are bound as well. So they fretted it, then they bound the neck, and then they basically worked around to smooth the binding. It feels really, really nice doing it that way. It's a great...
It's kind of borrowed as well.
It is also borrowed. And then the neck's a really comfortable neck. Now, they call it a 65C. What that means is that it's a little chunkier than a modern C. So you've still got a C shape to it, but it's a little bit more wood. It's a little chunkier, but not like a deep C. You got to feel it, but 65 is correct. In fact, it's interesting if you look at what the custom shop has, because they've just got like a wall of different necks that are various year references, or artist references and carves and whatnot. So, thanks, Siri.
Siri's answering our questions about the specs. So we've mentioned on the podcast, we did the custom shop event. Chris and I both went in there. Both of the two that we received this year were some Chris picks. I have a little icon in the store for Chris's pick. It's got a little floating head, so that's what's going to be on these. The only two that we got this year, we had like 30 guitars.
That's how it goes. Sometimes you pick 30 guitars and get none.
But I'm very happy with this one.
Yeah.
This one, when I saw it in the kind of portal, just based off the humbucker alone and the binding on the neck, I knew it was going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But it works.
You made a comment too, like when you're looking at it, because it's a zebra shawbucker, from a distance it actually just looks like 3 single coils.
Yeah, which is cool.
It is cool. I like zebra exposed humbuckers.
Yeah, and I think that it fits the sound of what you want out of this guitar. We were messing around with it before the demo, and Chris was like, let's hear that humbucker. It just sounds so good. It's so...
very balanced.
Yeah, and we were going from 5 to 1, not really that crazy of volume change, which is awesome. And even on clean tones at a lower volume, not muddy at all.
Yeah.
It's just thick without the mud.
Well, enough talking about it.
Yeah.
Let's show them. So put on your good ears and take a listen. So there you have it, a very cool taking on basically a 67 formula and then just going ham on it. It's a cool take from the custom shop. It is a limited edition. They've done it in a few colors, and this is the only one we were able to get. And what we're talking about in these events, and we've kind of talked about it before, but here's the deal with custom shops. They're rare-ish. I mean, you know, they can only build so many. It's a small group, particularly compared to like the factory. And so when we get these events, we get to bid on a guitar, and if we win, we get to buy that guitar for the store and make it available to you. Other people who wanted this guitar didn't get it. They have the opportunity to order it, and they'll see it sometime next fall. Yeah. So that's how it goes. So if you're wanting one of these cool limited editions and you don't want to wait 12 to 18 months, that's the benefit of being able to like get them. Now the downside is for those other 30 that we wanted that we didn't get, we have to order them, and then we'll get them sometime in next fall. So that's kind of how it goes. But you know, it's worth the wait.
Yeah.
You know, as guitars come in, they're very, very cool. I'm glad that we were able to get this one and show it to you. You know, the blushing bride that maybe could be yours. So.
Mail order.
True story.
We ship all over the United States.
We're getting canceled. If you want more information about this guitar, where should they go, Cooper?
You're going to want to go to alamomusic.com, click on Fender Electric Guitars, filter by Custom Shop over on the left side. You can see all the very cool stuff. Some of my favorites left the store last week. They've been moving, so it's kind of like you got to check often. These, you know, we'll have another video coming up soon with another very cool custom shop that we got from this event. But finally, those ones that you got last year rolled in.
Came in,
So we got some very cool stuff to pick from. Strats, Tellys, Jazzmasters.
Jazzmaster's cool.
It's my favorite Jazzmaster. So yeah, but this Strat, limited, sweet, and just sounds amazing.
Very cool. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos. And as I always say, at the end of the day, the best guitar in the world is the one that you're playing. Keep playing. Come back for more. We'll see you next time.